a random video picking up where I left off a few weeks ago in my room. The last thing that I did, I still have all the same tabs open in the browser, and in my notes I made a list of my wardrobe. My computer and a TV and a lot of other things are set up on a chest of drawers. It's really sturdy, it won't fall over. I even have the most recent thing was a stand for my keyboard here. It's a virtual whatever keyboard. I got this at Fry's on clearance. I don't know if that's visible. For $3.79, and the only problem with it was missing a dongle that I ordered online for $10, a universal dongle, and there's some kind of a tape, some weird thing that's on the mouse pad that it's like scratched into the surface, so that's just cosmetic. I set up a subwoofer here just barely outside of the camera. I'll see if I can show that off. I just hooked up my phone, and then so that I would, when I would stop talking, I'd have the 1960s songs playlist on the YouTube channel that I made a few months ago. I even made a video of me making the playlist. It took about an hour. It has 60 videos. It goes from about 1961, when music started getting really popular in the world, up until 1965, and it's sort of random. I'll see if I can sort the list to be random. I pressed the wrong button. I don't know what button I was pressing there. So I'll just go ahead and start with that. Monster Mash? Sure. I think there's an introduction to this one. I just have to make sure that this is the microphone that's recording and not the one on my computer. So I found these. These are actually in Metal Gear Solid. They're in the Praying Mantis boss level. He sort of lifts him up, and then they sort of fly around the room and try to hit the main character, Solid Snake. So I have two of them. That's the other one. What was I just going to do? Show off the subwoofer? So here's the speaker right here. I really like speakers, I always have. That's why I studied electrical engineering in the first place. Bugs have antennas, sort of like this, they look like this. And humans developed a really tiny antenna inside of our ear, and it's a similar thing. So technically, we could hook up wires straight into our eardrum and completely bypass the need for a headset. So that's all, just an idea. So I started recording the video so that I could set up and show off PlayStation. I have a little bin, like a little container that I just throw it all in. I unplug it all. At least all I have to do is unplug it from the wall and then replug it into I leave everything connected, but just unplug it from the wall. I'll show what that looks like. It was a graveyard night. Bluetooth keyboard for my phone. In case I was going to set up my phone to have something going on here, I just have a TV, a computer, and then the phone is just there for music. Now from his coffin rack voices ring, he was troubled by just one thing. He opened the lid and took his fist and said, "Whatever happened to my Transylvania twist? Silver twist! Twist good!" Is the next song going to play? It's a playlist. Oh, so that's the startup screen. The phone shut off. I don't have a spare. I'll see if it reboots. Phone is rebooting. I was going to cover up whatever paint was wrong with the paint over here with some stuff. PlayStation 2 stuff and some tape. I hope I don't have to just stop mid-video and fix my hair. Here's a picture that I found. It's, I don't know when this is from. 1992, August. That's Steve Wozniak and someone with an Apple computer. The other one is a pamphlet from the game that I'm going to load on PlayStation 2. That's Charlie from The Getaway. I mentioned in one of my other videos what this says. It's just a video game. And I can explore some places that one of my ancestors is from, Shoreditch in London. There was a prohibition period in the 15th century when alcohol was banned, long before the prohibition period in America. And the closest place outside of the city of London was Shoreditch. It was just a few miles from the city center, and it was allowed. And the prohibition type that I'm talking about is actually theater. There was a prohibition on theater. And it was where Shakespeare's first plays were at the theater in Shoreditch, London. Okay, a lot of stuff from my home feed on YouTube that I can pull up instead of my playlist. This is just my half the 1960s playlist. I made that months ago. I haven't even finished the second half of the 1960s because there's more and more songs to add to it. And I hope you're not disappointed that they're all they're all cover versions, live concert type things. So here goes with that again. And I'm going to put this stuff up on the wall. It's also a map of GTA 5. It's my party. I was going to set up all this stuff before I started recording. And I figured I would show some of the setup. I still forgot to show off the PlayStation 2. Here's my case with all my PlayStation 2 games in it that I was thinking, what game should I go check out? Here's the Getaway 1. And here's Getaway 2. I think I was going to try both of them, wasn't I? I was going to try Getaway 1 to see if I could explore the city. I was going to try that first. PlayStation 2 has a lot more chords. There's a lot. It's PlayStation 2 right there. Everything's good in the bin except for the memory cards can snap off if I don't place it right in there. It's really small. I mean, it's really small, but the wires and shit, there's a ton of shit. So first thing I have to do is plug in the PlayStation. Gotta untangle the cords. Plug in a video adapter, plug that into the laptop so I can get the display there, and it splits and goes to the TV so I can see it on the TV. I don't think there's a map for the game. Here's the San Andreas map, or whatever it's called in GTA 5. So I can have a portrait like this, or I think I can have just the city of Los Santos. Here's a seal and everything. Whoa. That's the seal. Los Santos. So I'll go ahead with this one, I guess, just because the way the camera is. Over here. It's like not even, it's crooked. So I'll just put some tape. contain. Reminds me of the song Superstitious, See You Wonder. Might as well add in these other things over here. You can have Steve Wozniak. And Charlie from Black Monday Getaway. That's not even visible. Whatever. Here's those things I said from Metal Gear Solid 1, the fight with Mantis. These things go flying around the room and everything. I don't know what I'm going to do with those. I'll put them in the drawer. Oh, speaking of my organized drawers, I'll show my notes off. So I was tuned into a live stream on Instagram because I found out it wasn't possible on a phone or whatever. It wasn't possible via phone to watch a live stream. Here's the bottom of it. And the one thing that I did notice was that when I was making a list of the clothes that I had in a wardrobe and organizing them or whatever, was that it reminded me of this songs of not songs. It reminded me of so that's the Louie Louie song. It reminded me of organizing clothes, or the people who in San Andreas, the way that the wardrobe is organized. Those are like all the clothes that I have, or at least half of them. And I don't know, that's just where I left off on the last live stream or whatever it was. Here's all the tabs from my video from a month ago or so. Here's my great-grandfather. That's my grandfather. That's my great-grandfather. And that's my great-grandmother, born in 1896. So here's my grandfather. Here's my father's aunt, who passed away at age 13. And there's even a picture of her on her deathbed in the hospital. And she died in 1941. That was the very beginning of World War II. So her last name right there, Rosina Rosa Macri. Here's someone who I found just Google searching Macri on Wikipedia led me to this right here. Very notorious. Uncle Tony, right here. So that's sort of where I left off. Oh, and also I was showing my name over here. Find some really old books with my name in it. So the person who wrote this book is named Nathan Drake. Can I go back?
Can't go back. I might be able to go back on this one. No, can't go back on that one either. So here, right here, so Petrino, an Italian, presented her. Who is she? Two pictures. Made her an offer she couldn't refuse. Two pictures. Who are these other people? So this book is from 1870, and the author, like it just says right here, Nathan Drake. I'll show that again. It was on the. Here's the author right here, Nathan Drake. The book is Shakespeare in His Times. And so I wanted to know who's writing about that way back then. And when I searched Nathan Drake, he's the main character of Uncharted, PlayStation series that I had at one point, and I sold it off to whatever GameStop or something. So I'm gonna have to check out those games. There's 4 of them. I'll at least watch the video. The primary reason that I'm recording this video now is just unrelated notes. I'm gonna have to go to youtube.com/my channel, something like that. Channel content, YouTube Studio. Because one of my videos is uploads, recent ones. So most of them have no restrictions. Wasn't always that way. Hopefully it'll stay that way. I don't know what these claims are. It doesn't let me know. Even looking into details doesn't tell me what. It's going to take quite a while to find. Can I search? What's the name of the video? I can't remember. I showed it yesterday. It's going to take a while because I have a lot of videos. Some English to Russian translation and stuff. I don't even know if that would be audible. This volume's all the way up, I think. Those are some videos making fun of the Fry's clearance sale. I wanted to see what it looked like. I wanted to try to ask some of my friends to go check it out and see if they had anything for sale. Here's the video. This is blocked. Oh, this one is also blocked just the same? I didn't know that. So maybe I'll have to watch 2 videos now. Here I think might be the only place that I can watch videos without adding views. I press details or something like that. So I want to try to watch the video and re-record it. It's just going to take the same amount of time. There's no way that it won't. If I somehow try to re-upload it and edit it and take out the... It's less than a minute that is the copyrighted material. It's going to take me just as long to upload it, re-edit it, and all this stuff. So I might as well just stand here and just watch it, because I watch it anyways. I mean, and I'll have to make sure to skip the part that. So I just found how to access my own videos and watch them. And let me mention that there were 2 games that I tried to look into on eBay. eBay PS2. Scarface, World is Yours. The main part of this video, why it's entertaining to me, is because in Future's song, Future's artist, rapper, band, American band. Future is the name of the band, and the song is titled Tony Montana, and his name is Antonio. The character, I mean, is Antonio. Sort of like both Prohias, who created the Spy vs. Spy series in Mad Magazine. Spy vs. Spy, Mad Magazine. My other blog, I was able to type without looking, but I just want to have to look. Antonio Macri. So I just mentioned Antonio Macri. That's my Twitch that I'm trying to set up so that it, at least I have one. I don't know if it'll even really work. Antonio Macri. There's also Antonio Carhayas. Okay, like there's someone who's Cuban who I have the same birthday as is Cosmo not Mendez. Arnaldo Tamayo Mendez. Like astronaut, terrestrial mission, automated teller machine. Has very interesting history as well. It looks like he's featured on a lot of pages. First person of African heritage in space, Cuban. I'm already have no idea where I was. Is it here? And then here? Okay. So let me just check the thumbnail. What's the copyright part? It's part of the introduction to the game. So I made an effort. Oh, I was talking about future song. Towards the end of the video is when I realized what's the perfect song to have going. Some of the songs that I wanted to have were Blondie. Actually, no, it's not Blondie who sings the song. Rush Rush song. It's not Blondie. It's some other artist. The Blondie songs would go good too. So in this song, Tony Montana, he says, I don't know, I think I looked up the lyrics at one point. I think I looked up the lyrics at one point to see myself. I might have to periodically stop and like comb my hair. I hope I don't. How can I make sure that the sound is captured? Is there some kind of thing over here, something about sound or settings or... Oh, it's up here. I put it up there. Great. Let me just... Okay, so that... Okay, so it's capturing. Okay. So I'll either tap or to make sure that it's here and not on the computer. So that's how I know. That's how I know that it's recording. But it messes my haircut, so hair messes up. I need to fix this. Fix this real quick. Cords are already messing up. Huh? Is that, would it be better over here? That looks somewhat better. Where was I? I'm gonna watch that video. At the beginning of the game, so let me search, let me show y'all. So in the song it says, check up on my ear. It sounds like that. But it's sort of like, check up on my earth. It's like, check up on my ear, check up on my ear, check up on my earth. It's mumble rap. It's one of the, it was my introduction to mumble rap. A lot of people were talking about what's mumble rap a few years ago. It's hard to sort of understand what mumble rap is. Sort of just like chatter, when people talk about internet chatter, radio chatter, stuff like that. And Future is, I think Future and Migos are the two American bands known for being the connoisseurs, like the pioneers of mumble rap. Even though they're not technically the first, they're the first well-known and most popular mumble rap groups. So, anyway, so in the song, right, I don't know what the lyrics are, but it's like this scene, the opening scene in not the opening scene, but one of the most well-known scenes, not that one. Here's the trailer that starts in the game, and it's the reason, the video game itself is actually the reason that the copyright strike happened in this. So here, I'm gonna have to, I skipped the trailer. It briefly shows some of the scenes, and I wanted to see if Hector was in it. That's why I watched it. That's what I talked about here. So what I'll do is I'll play the video, and then I'll disable the whatever. But I can't because it might be, I don't know if it's the sound or the video. Is there captions? There's no captions because it's a blocked video. That's what happens. So, yeah, I'll just start here. Why do I hear that in my headset? Oh, so I hear it in my headset because it's plugged into the computer. I was like, what? So is the desktop audio there though? Can I see that? It's as large as it gets. Desktop audio. There's none.
And 70s and the Vietnam War era into the 1980s, when they started making movies about Vietnam and stuff like that. So the movie has to be sort of seen in reverse, just the events. So the video game Scarface on PlayStation 2 picks up at the very end of the movie Scarface, but and there's a scene here, it's almost like a war zone. Here would be sort of the beginning of a veteran's life in the military. Say he just graduates from high school, he joins the military, he goes off to Vietnam or boot camp or whatever, and this is sort of simulating his experience, arriving in Vietnam or something, arriving in the military. And so, even though it's the last event of the movie, it could be considered he's just sort of like an average veteran, and it would be in reverse, the first event of a veteran's life, and signifying like a new life, joining the military, being a veteran. In the movie, there's a statue here that says "The world is yours." And
one of my recent videos is called "Electron's Life" or like "Adventures of an Electron Simulator."
It's the very last scene of the movie Scarface, and in Vietnam, when people would refer to the world, they were talking.
So, the video game picks up where the movie leaves off.
About outside of Vietnam, like the new world is inside Vietnam for a soldier, but the real world, quote unquote, is back in America where everybody's ignoring what's happening in Vietnam. And so with that introduction, I'm just gonna boot up the DVD in the movie where I left off yesterday.
Where I left off yesterday.
Since I'm here, I'll go check out his office real quick. There's a statue I was just mentioning.
This is the third attempt that I made to record this game. The second attempt I made to digitize the video. Digitize the DVD, I mean. The quality's not good enough.
And here's a scene where he talks about the new world, and when he refers to it, he says, "What's coming to us? The world and everything in it."
Yeah, here's the part. It says the world and everything. So what's interesting about Uncle Tony, my Uncle Tony, whatever. I'm a half Uncle Tony because I didn't inherit his name, even though it is there, DNA or whatever. Antonio Macri, like Antonio Montana.
In my opinion, it's just talking about Amerigo Vespucci, the man who gave his name to.
And when I do have in my name part of Amerigo Vespucci's name, Katrina Pucci part of it. When I recorded this, I just discovered this around a month ago about Uncle Tony. I discovered about Amerigo Vespucci, I think, in late 2019.
The Americas, North and South America, and the New World. I did not mean to step into that weekend.
Everybody look at your hands. You can dance if you want to. You can leave all friends behind. Because your friends don't dance and if they don't dance with us.
I'm just going to reload the game. And most likely a reference to Vespucci again right there. I'm going to pause the movie. As I said at the beginning, the way to watch this movie from a veteran's perspective would be from the events at the very end of it to the events of
money, power, and respect. That's what this movie is about, especially that scene. When people focus on generating wealth, generating power, generating respect, those things are not, they're all different categories. So it's not really possible. Why is the mouse looks like the computer crashing? So that was the processing power. Some reason having issues.
at the beginning. The movie's written in reverse. So for average Vietnam vets, the war zone happens at the very beginning when he goes into Vietnam, for example, and joins the military, and then it progresses in the reverse of the events of this movie. And Hector, so he sort of looks like Tony Montana would look when he joins the army and experiences that, and he's like, Maricone, blah, 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 say hello to my little friend, and then...
The idea that I'm talking about here is, after watching the movie from start to finish, I sort of think about it from finish to start, and the idea is, if it was more realistic rather than just a fantasy, the average experience of a veteran leaves the military and transitions back into civilian life is going to be more like what happens towards it, from the end of the movie to the beginning, where he ends up in the hotel and all this.
At the end of the movie, he looks more like Hector. Both Al Pacino and Al Israel.
What the Hector symbolizes is an elder, Tony Montana, when he becomes like a veteran who's retired into his 40s and 50s and 60s.
They share the same first name, and that's
up
one
there.
clue that leads to that theory. It's just a theory. So a similar thing. One of the most well-known quotes, even in like the self-development community, people say, first you get the money, then you get the power, then whatever. But that could be switched around in many different ways to be more.
So, in the book, I used to have it here in this drawer, 48 Laws of Power. It's sort of, not everyone can do how, just in the way that author Robert Greene does, and he can write an entire 600-page book about one subject, and that subject is about power, and how it's just one 600-page definition of a concept that no one understands what it even really is, and it's going to be danger or power. He says, one sentence in the whole book says, there is no power where there isn't danger. So by seeking out danger, people seek power. And like, I watched, for the first time actually, 2 Legit to Quit music videos yesterday or the day before. And when I was watching, it's a 15-minute music video with an introduction with James Brown featured in the beginning of it. And he talks about, or someone, whatever, it's like a news report, guys on the street, opinion on MC Hammer quitting the game, the rap game, the music game. And he said, more power to MC Hammer, the guy on the street said. What that means is more money for us, more power to him, more danger for him by resigning his post as the executive of music. So James Brown was sort of the executive of whatever genre that was, just regular. He created one of the first rap songs, the song Payback. He had a catalog larger than almost any musician in world history, I think. James Brown had so many records. Not all of them are well known. So, what else? I could say what, also in the series of 48 Laws, which is endured, simply, in one word, war, in one word, overwhelmed, being overwhelmed. The particular strategy in the book that talks about that is Pyrrhic victory. I don't know how to spell it. P-H-Y-R-R-I-C, I think. Pyrrhic victory means to win, but at what cost? Or the mosquito being attacked by 1,000 mosquitoes or something like that. That's just being overwhelmed. So I'm not even gonna sit here through this entire video. There's probably some good parts.
From your friend, you fools.
From your friend, you fools. So the idea was to just drive around and quote and say to these fake people in this fake Miami in the video game, quote Tony Montana. Came up with a good one yesterday in the virtual player haters ball chat room. Because where is it in the movie? It says about Gaspar Gomez and the Diaz brothers. It's gonna take me a while to find. That guy was a character in a movie that I just mentioned the other day.
I was actually going to have Pulp Fiction going besides this. Besides that movie, like, I said I had Desperado with Antonio Banderas. I just missed the freeway entrance. And here would be like the beginning of the movie Cool Hand Luke when he knocks over all the whatever those things are called, parking meters, just for the hell of it.
Gaspar Gomez and
Instead, I had
Diaz brothers
Desperado
are even
with Antonio
characters in the video game.
And of course, main characters, the anti-hero, much significance there. I've looked for it, I don't really see a lot of significance. I think, frankly,
He said, what about Gaspar Gomez? And so I have this idea, when captions auto-generate on YouTube, when it's words that aren't allowed or disallowed or whatever, four-letter words and stuff, it shows a bracket, underscores, like that. So I wrote first off, forget Gaspar Gomez. Let me copy and paste this. It's harder to do on a phone. And blank. The blanking. Diaz brothers. Blank them all. And I thought of a better way even than that to phrase that. First off, forget Gaspar Gomez and Diaz brothers. I don't know. I really don't know. That's the quote. It's like, first of all.
so in reverse, it's almost like he gets permission to talk to Sosa, and then he goes to talk to Sosa, who's the villain.
Good parts of nice hotels and stuff.
So, in sequence.
So what he's doing is he's looking for Elvira.
And she's giving a speech about Libertad, and that's Cuban or Spanish, I don't know if it's the same language to be quite honest, for liberty, they say Libertad, Libertad, and I think they're chanting that at the beginning of this movie because the place is called Freedom Town, and it's under the freeway right here, so it looks like in the game Tony's riding downtown, and
he's looking for the airport.
The signs are saying there's a lighthouse, I think. I'll go check out the lighthouse. And so like Freedom Town, downtown.
Frank. Tupac music video. Michelle Pfeiffer, Elvira in the movie. Frank is this is two of America's Most Wanted. That's gonna be the music video that goes with this. I totally forgot that Most Wanted was the largest theme of the last two videos I posted on YouTube, which is Most Wanted, Most Wanted, Most Wanted, Wanted, and all that. I didn't spell it right. The music video shows just preview. At the opening of the video shows Frank just like this right here. That can be seen. How Frank is hired. It's the banker. That's the banker right there. At some point in this video, there's a bank. Checking out some of the sites. Let's see.
Getting on better. So, in sequence, Nines were saying there's a lighthouse, I think. I'll go check out the lighthouse. I think this is the same.
The scene harkens back to Grandmaster Cav's MC Delight song. MC Delight. It's 100% only Grandmaster Cav's in the video, not in the video, but in the song. It's only him singing. So it's like, hi, I'm rapping to the beat. That's as if that was his name. And the only other person featured in the song is Tony Montana saying, "Who put this thing together?" That's who. Yeah, I do like to look at myself. Where was I? Oh, was it? This is where
Same way that I entered. That bus is comfortable.
came together.
Apparently,
Koozie and stuff. I had so much stuff that I was planning on doing when I recorded this video.
I'm taking this bus for military purposes.
The bus runs them over on
No
accident.
idea who you're messing with.
Anyways, that's where the who put this thing together quote comes from.
The movie's called
I don't
Plane.
remember who that character is.
A boombox like that. Selling for scooters.
This is funny. Some of these
From
references.
Watch.
The movie that I watched the next
I would say, I would just
time
go ahead
was
and
on
find
this
the
video was
Miami Vice reference.
Dolomite with Eddie Murphy.
So I can see on that poster.
Record store. There's actually a built-in record player in, or no, it's an 8-track player in the cars.
I don't know if I've ever been in a record store, like a real record store. I've only heard about it.
What's funny about I remember this over here.
Oh, those are headphones on the counter.
I just wanted to read what the names of the bands were. This one right here.
That's clearly a Miami Vice reference. It's really hard to read, probably on purpose. Oh, it's called the Diaz Brothers. The Diaz Brothers have a friggin'
The Diaz Brothers. Is it there?
forget their album, man.
Oh, so this is band. Oh, there's the Diaz Brothers. D-I-A-Z. Diaz Brothers. Hanson. Hansel and Gretel. Los Lesbos. It's like a 80s, make fun of 80s hair bands.
It's a Cuban flag right there.
Oh, that's the Cuban flag.
Like I'm saying, the movie should be looked at in reverse. And also the TV series Breaking Bad.
This isn't even the one we did.
Okay, so
Pinche
shit.
cabrón.
He just goes to the club.
Straight ahead, I can already. Looks like champagne.
You really think you got something
She
going
waving?
for you?
So the button prompter says to intimidate our.
I've re-arrived from cyberspace, and you're still
If I could read
here
that.
with that same sad look upon your face.
What you got
Didn't
for
work.
Road,
Down on your luck?
Jacqueline,
That kind of scene.
Jackie,
Intimidation gangs in the
Road,
video game.
Jackie, don't come back here.
Watch it,
Good job, man. Tony.
Jack, son, don't come back, son.
Right? Oh, press the wrong button. It's too much.
What else? I'm just gonna make a list of stuff to record in part 2. I'm way too off track here. I was gonna do some Russian translation. I'm trying to reply to Koza. I was trying to read what other people were telling her on her Instagram, and there's no way That's the wrong. I clicked the wrong thing. Hello, glucose. So I'm checking it on her Instagram. I was trying to figure out what these people are saying. Here, I said, I've arrived from America with regards. So virtually, I'm not actually. Oh no, that's the wrong button. So I try to log in to my Instagram from right here, where I pasted in the link, and I can't. It's just completely blocked. There's no way that I can translate what people are saying to her on her Instagram. I'm trying to click that, it's not even working. So that was I just gave up because I can't see what she's saying first of all, and what other people are saying second of all. It's like she might not even be posting on Instagram anymore. She is on Facebook. And it said that I could reply yesterday to one of her stories. It's just too hard from the phone, so I'm going to set it up on my computer. Send a reply, say, like what quotes from her songs. Where are you? I'm here in the, I'm here at Moscow airport. So it's either that or the song No Letter, the Box Tops band, American band, not to be confused with something, the Four Tops, that have the song, Same Old Song, where the Same Old Song is where Kelly Clarkson, her first big known song in the 2000s, Same Old Song, gets its lyrics from the Four Tops, Same Old Song. Anyway, so I'm gonna search the lyrics too. It's just what behind the music or behind the Facebook replies to our story. So the idea is that I go to Moscow and I tell the ticket agent when I buy a ticket to the airport, because after all, where I live is West DFW, born and raised, and that means West DFW Airport. I just live right on the west of it, and it's technically West DFW, aka Fort Worth, West Dallas, West DFW Airport. Anyway, so I go to the airport and say, give me a ticket to an airplane, and then I would have to probably, to return to America, I have to say a similar thing, but I have to say it in Russian. So you go ahead and just translate this whole thing into Russian. Maybe I can hear what it sounds like.
Дай мне билет на самолет, нет времени на скорый поезд, одинокие дни ушли, я иду домой, потому что мой ребенок только что написал мне письмо, мне все равно. Сколько денег я должен потратить, надо снова вернуться к моему ребенку, одинокие дни ушли.
Дай мне билет на самолет, нет времени на скорый поезд, одинокие дни ушли. Я иду домой, потому что мой ребенок только что написал.
Дай мне билет на самолет, нет времени на скорый поезд, одинокие дни ушли, я иду домой, потому что мой ребенок только что написал мне письмо, мне все равно. Сколько денег я должен потратить, надо снова вернуться к моему ребенку, одинокие дни ушли, я иду домой, потому что мой ребенок только что написал мне письмо, она написала мне письмо, сказала, что она больше не может жить без меня. Послушайте, мистер, разве вы не видите, что мне нужно вернуться еще раз моему ребенку? В любом случае, да. Дай мне билет на самолет, нет времени на скорый поезд, одинокие дни ушли. Я иду домой, потому что мой ребенок только что написал мне письмо.
So then I would have to change those lyrics on the way to Russia and also on the return. So just go ahead and save that in the video that way from America with regards. Figure out how to say that. Just refresh the page rather than delete it. So, because I recorded it on the video, I can slow it down and hear what it sounds like, hopefully.
From America with regards.
Из Америки с уважением.
Из Америки. Из Америки.
Из Америки с уважением.
Из Америки с уважением. Из Америки с уважением. From America with regards. I